I guess I just like vinyl records because they're just so much more crispy than any other sound.
I wish I could swim like dolphins, like dolphins.
No. I like it because it speaks with nature in a way that's rock and roll and sexy. See? Listen. Nature's dance is just for me. I think I have around anywhere from like 20 to 30 albums. But a lot of the albums that I used to have, like my collection's pretty much been cut in half. Maybe I've lost like 2/3 of my collection from one of my old roommates that I used to live with. We collected a bunch together and then he kind of just grabbed them when he moved out. I'm putting on War Heroes by Jimi Hendrix. And it's honestly not my favorite album by Jimi Hendrix, but it's been like the only one that I've been able to find by him. I found it in a store called Wax Trax in Denver, which is my favorite record store to go to. And kind of funny because this vinyl is warped as shit. But this is just, I don't know. Love this music, love Jimi Hendrix. Love to put it on when I'm cleaning the house. Or just whenever, really.
So this is the Grateful Dead. It's the best of Skeletons from the Closet. It's a compilation of a variety of Grateful Dead's best music until '74. I chose this album because from when the Dead came out as Warlocks until this came out in '74, I think they put a great mixture on the songs they included, which are mostly their most popular songs. I would say the song playing right now, Golden Road, is not their most popular, which is awesome that it starts the album that way. And it goes into Trekking and Sugar Magnolias, Casey Jones, and all songs that became popular during the early 70s, and to put them all in one album makes it easy for a person who enjoys the main Grateful Dead songs. And Skeletons from the Closet is cool. It's like cleaning out a closet, taking all the skeletons stuck in the closet, putting them into one awesome vinyl.
In this day and age, I'm not really sure if kids should listen to vinyl. I'm not sure it's an idea of should or shouldn't. I think it's just like, I think more kids should be introduced to it because honestly, vinyl's amazing. But going about like putting on an album and listening to a full album all the way through and then flipping it and listening to it again, you're like way more invested in the music that you're listening to instead of just hitting a button on your phone. And it's just so accessible, like anything else in life in this day and age. It's just right there at the tip of your finger. And like just like the interaction you have with vinyl is incredible. It makes you appreciate the music a lot more. Going to search in record stores for albums that you like and finding new albums by just like going around and, oh, I like this album cover, or oh, this album has someone that I like in it from another band. Like that's how I found this album. I was like, that's a dope fucking cover. I don't know, about it and ended up loving it. And now I have multiple, well, I used to have multiple albums by now.
The sound is so much better. I think it's just a convenience thing, and you can have everything in your pocket. And a lot of people also are into music that's not on vinyl, or if it is, it's like $40 to get a record for it. So unless you really listen to older music, then you won't like appreciate it. Just, at least that's what I think. My dad had a record collection growing up in my grandpa's basement of like 500 plus records. That's like how I first got into the Grateful Dead and a lot of my favorite bands, listening to those. But I was pretty bummed when he had to sell them. He had to transport them all back to Colorado.
I listen to vinyl because it gives it more of a natural sound. There's a lot of, you could hear the instruments clearly, although it sounds like it was recorded on a potato. But with all the scratching, it gives it a crisper sound, and as opposed to audio, or if we use Spotify now, a lot of songs are remastered, where this is just the natural sound of how it was recorded in that room that day to put on the vinyls. It has a lot more feeling than a remastered feel of technology. I think people our age are starting to listen to more vinyl because of our generation is almost going back to a vintage standpoint. So with our progression in technology, it's also remastering vinyl and bringing it back. So I think more and more people within their 20s, mid-20s to 30s, maybe even 40s, are listening to more vinyl because bands are coming out with remastered vinyls and selling them, and it's giving them a vintage feel. I think more people should listen to vinyl and go to thrift stores and get them. If no one buys them, then they're just gonna go to waste. And great music should not be wasted. If we listen to it organically, it'll stay around longer.